Hi, this is Jeff Shank. I hope that you enjoy this free 1-hour video. Feel free to pass it along to all your pickleball friends. I've never charged any money for any of my pickleball teachings because I love the sport and I really love to teach. Hi, this is Jeff Shank and my wife Anita. We're coming to you from the Villages in Florida. My goal is to make the most comprehensive strategies pickleball video that's out there. We're going to move through this very quickly. We're going to teach you the strategies, what you need to do, why you need to do them, and how you need to do them. So I've been playing pickleball for 10 years now. I've been teaching pickleball for 7 years. I have a 5.0 USAPA rating, been to all 7 nationals. I've been lucky enough to garner 5 medals at nationals and was lucky enough to get a medal at the US Open last month. I'm very much a student of the game. Most of what I teach is what I've learned from watching and playing with some of the top players in the world. So whenever I'm the server, you have lots of time before you serve. So whenever I serve, I always pick the spot that I'm going to try and serve to. And it's based a lot on whether my opponent that I'm serving to is right-handed, left-handed, and where they are standing on the court. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you serve deep. That's the most critical thing. I always try and serve deep and usually to the backhand. So, but the crucial thing is deep. So in this instance right here, where if Anita's standing there and going to return my serve, I want to try and hit her backhand. I don't want to go out, try and go too far where I'm going to hit the ball out, but I want to make sure it's deep and trying to hit her backhand, and that would be to the yellow container that's standing there. If she is trying to protect her backhand and she's trying to move over so much so that when I serve she's always going to be able to take it with her forehand, I'm going to try and serve to the little blue jug on the corner there. That's the farthest space away from her when she's standing all the way over there. If you serve there, a lot of times if you hit it there, you're going to win the point because it's so far away from them. Even if you don't hit it there perfectly and it's in more that they're able to get the ball, now they're thinking in their head, oh shoot, if I stand over too far, which is what she's doing now, he's going to serve way over there. So the first time you serve there, they're going to go back more into the middle, so then you can try and serve to their backhand. If she's a lefty, standing there, generally I'm going to try and serve to the white container. That is her backhand. So again, I'm trying to get it deep into their backhand. If you're playing against, sometimes I'm lucky enough to play against really good national type players, and when they do the serve return, they're just able to really crush that serve return. A lot of the national players that play singles, they have an extremely hard, low serve return. When I'm serving against them, a lot of times I'll try and serve soft and short. That's where the ball is. When you serve soft and short, they have to come running forward and they can't take their normal hard, powerful forehand swing because then they're going to hit the ball out. So again, in those few instances where I'm playing against somebody that can just really crush that deep serve, I'm going to serve soft and short so then they can't crush it. They'll just hit the ball out. If I see somebody that is somebody like Wesley Gabrielson, that a few of the players, they always like to take the serve with their backhand, and generally you can tell that by how they stand. Which side of the court they stand is probably about 10% of the players prefer to take the ball, the serve return with their backhand. In those instances, when I think that that's the case, I'm going to try and serve to their forehand because I know that they don't want me to. Okay, so now we're going to talk a little bit about the serve return. Just like the serve, you have a lot of time before you have to do the serve return while you're waiting for the serve to figure out where you want to hit the ball. And a lot of it is based on my opponent's strengths, their weaknesses, and where they're standing as to where I'm going to decide that I'm going to hit that serve return. So the first thing I want to make sure that I do is, just like the serve, I want to get the serve return deep. Alright? I'm generally going to hit it to, if the person on the odd court is standing in a normal position, I'm going to try and hit their backhand, which is where the white container is. If they're standing over, protecting their backhand, I'm generally going to go down the middle, again deep, just inside the even court, because what I'm trying to do is create a confusion as to who that ball should be. Where that ball is right now, it's deep, it's on the even person's backhand, but it's close enough where the person over here might try and take it. So again, the key is deep and hit it based on your opponent's strengths, weaknesses, and where they stand. I get a lot of questions about, I teach a lot about the soft game, and I get a lot of intermediate players that talk to me about, well, you talk about the soft game and everything, but everybody that I play against just bangs the ball as hard as they can. You want to take that into consideration if you're an intermediate player playing against people that all they do is bang the ball. You take that into consideration when you're hitting your serve return. So if you're playing against bangers and you're doing the serve return, first thing is you want to get it deep. Second is you want to try and get it to the backhand of the person that is the weaker banger. If you do that, they're not going to be able to hurt you very well. If you do a short serve return, they're going to be able to overpower you. If you get it deep and to their backhand or to the weaker banger, those are the things that you want to look at when you're playing against people that just love to bang the third shot. If you're doing the serve return and you have somebody that serves really, really well, a lot of singles players do this, they just whip and crush that serve at you. I found that if you concentrate 100% on that ball as it's coming towards you, if you do that, I don't know why, but the ball seems to come slower. You've got much more time to react and hit that ball. I've also found that somebody that just crushes that serve, if you do the serve return and hit it relatively hard, even though the ball's coming at you, you hit it relatively hard back at them, and for some reason that just seems to work really, really well. If you're slow getting to the non-volley zone, again, we're talking about the serve return. So they're going to serve to me, and I'm a little bit slow, I'm older, got bad hips, got bad knees, I just don't move very, very quickly. My advice to you would be when you do that serve return, hit that serve return soft and deep and diagonal. The soft gives you more time to get up, the deep gives you more time to get up, and that diagonal, because there's more time that the ball is traveling, gives you more time to get up. Should be able to get you up to the non-volley zone. When you're doing the serve return, you'll see a lot of players nowadays, then in a lot of shots that they're hitting backspin. So when you do the serve return, try doing that serve return with backspin. Again, you want to try and get it deep. Backspin, when you hit backspin on the ball kind of floats and will naturally go deep, and when it hits, it stays low. So just practice that sometimes. That's one of the drills that we do here, the serve return drill, that when you do the serve return, every shot, whether it's forehand or backhand, you want to get it back with backspin. When you do the serve return, you immediately want to come up to the net. I see lots and lots of players, especially tennis players, intermediate players, they do the serve return and then they hesitate in coming back. You've got to come up quickly. Pickleball is won at the non-volley zone, so you've got to get up quickly. If you're playing against bangers, again, this is a strategy that I came up with when you're playing against bangers. If they're serving to my partner, which would be over here, my partner's going to do the serve return, and we're playing against people, especially intermediate people, that they don't like to hit the third soft into the kitchen. They don't have the skills yet to be able to do that. All they can do is lob and bang the ball from the baseline. If you have problems being overpowered, instead of starting the game here, serving to your partner, take one step back and start the game here. That way, if they crush the ball at you, you've got a little bit more time. It's a little bit easier for you to handle that shot because you've got a little bit more time because you're back a little bit further. Same way, if I'm doing the serve return, I hit the serve return deep, I come up, I see that they're going to crush that ball, I'm going to stop one pace behind the non-volley zone line. Okay, gives me a little bit more time, I'm stopped, ready to hit their ball, that I believe is going to come hard and low right at me. In that same vein, when you're standing up here, you don't want to have your paddle down. If you're standing like this, serving to my partner, and I'm standing like this, if that ball comes low, hard over that net, and it hits my paddle with my paddle down here, the natural tendency is for my paddle to go back, and the ball's going to go into the net. If my paddle's up, and the ball hits it and comes back, the ball's still going to go over the net. So when you're up here at the net, you don't want to have your paddle head down. You want to have your paddle head up, out in front of your body, ready to do what you're going to do with it. So now we're going to go over a little bit more about the serve return partner. That's the instance that I'm at right now. This is generally how I stand when they're serving to my partner. I'm generally up at the net. I'm diagonal, and the reason I'm diagonal is so that when they serve to my partner, I can watch and see whether that ball is out or not. When that ball hits, if it's out, it's my responsibility to call the ball out. If I'm just standing like this and not watching, it's much more difficult for my partner who's actually hitting the ball to tell whether that ball is in or out. And you always want to be fair, you always want to give close calls to your opponent, so it's much easier for me just standing here and watching to tell everybody on the court whether that serve was good or not. So as soon as they serve to my partner, I see the ball is good. I'm going to come back here into the ready position, and any ball, when they hit the third shot, so my partner is moving up to the net, so they serve to her, I'm in this position, I see that the ball is in, she's hit the ball, I get back in my ready position, and now she's moving up, or that ball comes right down the middle. I'm going to take one half step over, take that ball, and it doesn't matter whether I'm starting on this side as a serve return or on that side as a serve return. If they're hitting that third shot fairly hard, right down the middle, I'm going to go ahead and take a half a step and take it. Why? Even if it's my backhand. I'm going to take that because she's moving up. She may not be able to be stopped when she's hitting that ball. It's much easier for me to just go half, hit it, and come back. Much, much easier for me to cover that middle, and it's just on that one time. When my partner is moving up, I'm already here. She's moving up. I'm going to take a step over. If it's right down the middle, take it and move back and get ready.